Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Thank you for joining me today in my little corner of the internet. I'm going to be swatching the last group of 9 inks from Roxy. Thank you so much for all of the inks that you sent me, and I'm so grateful. Let's get started. First though, I will show you, this is my Hobonichi A5 notebook that I will do my swatching in. Then I'll be doing my little swatches here on the Rhodia paper, and then this is for my A5 binder. It's not A5, it's an A6, A5, A6, whatever. It's a binder with the color families. And I will be swatching with my Speedball B nib on my River City Pen Co nib holder, as well as my Kakimori stainless steel nib, again on my River City Pen Co nib holder. Let's get started. The first ink I'm going to swatch is Wearingeul, A Star Spattered Hill. And oh, look at that. Look at the shimmer. Look at the shimmer. And let's go ahead and swatch that here. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Reminds me a little bit of Pelikan Golden Barrel. And I know that one is a limited edition and no longer an ink that you can find easily. So this one I think is actually a really good match for that. So let's put that in here. Ooh, I put a little bit too much in there. That's okay. And then on my stainless steel nib, and I'll place this so I don't lose it in my Fountain Pendulum ink sample vial holder. So we have Wearingeul, A Star Spattered. Am I going to fit it all in here? Hill. Yes. Oh, that's lovely. I feel like it's more orange though than Golden Barrel, but it's still lovely. Oh, look at that line. So Wearingeul, A Star Spattered Hill. Yeah, it looks a little bit more orange than Golden Barrel, but still a really lovely ink. And when I do my swatching, or when a new ink comes into my collection, I swatch it in here, I swatch it on the Rhodia paper, and then I swatch it in the color families. The Rhodia paper for me is where I've swatched every single ink that I've ever tried. And I love being able to see every single ink that I've ever tried. Whereas this paper, which is Tomoe River paper that I bought off of Amazon and then cut it down into this size, this is just for the color families. So I don't have every single ink that I've ever tried here. But anyway, that is Wearingeul, A Star Spattered Hill. The next one is Van Dieman's Bonfire Night. Again, another, whoa, look at all that shimmer. Look at all that shimmer, which seems to be stuck. Seems to be stuck. Trying to agitate. Well, this is not agitating, this is really shaking, but it looks like there's a whole bunch stuck there. Let me see what I can get out. Yeah, that's intense. Trying to basically get all that out. There we go. All right, I've just got to be careful. Yeah, there's like big gritty shimmer there. Okay, so we have, wow. Well, that's actually a lot lighter than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like a darker red, but I feel like it's more coral with that gold shimmer. So I don't think, I was going to put this in the orange category, but it's not. I feel like it's more in the red category or the coral. But yeah, the shimmer in this kind of got stuck on the sides there. So I feel like there's more shimmer. Like this particular sample is almost oversaturated with shimmer. Would you place this in the red category or the orange category? I feel like I would put it in the red category. So let's take out a new sheet here. There we go. And clean that off really well. And then see how much I can get on my stainless steel nib. So we have Van Diemen's Bonfire Night. Ooh. Okay, Van Diemen's Bonfire. Is that how you spell it? Gosh, night. That's pretty. I'm just a little worried about the shimmer. It's a pretty color though. Yeah, I think I enjoy that. But I think I would have to. Oh, I put Warringal. I did that last time too. Warringal. It's not Warringal. Van Diemen's. I did that in the last video where I named a Van Diemen's a Diamine. I don't know why. Bonfire Night. And Bonfire Night is actually something that is November 5th in the UK, commemorating when it's like, remember the 5th of November. If you grew up in the UK or lived in the UK, you'll know Bonfire Night is the 5th of November. I won't give you the whole history here, but yeah. Anyway, love that. I'm just worried about how the shimmer settled in here and how if the shimmer settled like that, I'm afraid of how that's going to be in a pen. So we'll see. We'll see. So Van Diemen's Bonfire Night. Next, we have Diamine. This is from the Purple Inkvent calendar, Fireside Snug. And there's no shimmer in this, so this is a standard ink. It looks yellow, but the swatch on the outside looks orange. So I don't know. It's yellow. Ooh. Interesting. That's not my yellow swatch sheet. Hold on. There we go. So I'm wondering, because Roxy said she may have mislabeled one or a couple. I wonder if this might have accidentally been Candlelight from the last one, but we'll see. But Fireside Snug seems very yellow compared to what's on the label. So that I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments below if this is what Fireside Snug should look like. So we have Diamine, Fireside Snug. Gosh, am I even naming those correctly? Snug, yes. I think this one would actually, oh my gosh, a good contender with Ferris Wheel Press buttered popcorn. It's turning more orange now that I look at it, but it is still quite yellow. Why am I writing Warringal? Oh my goodness. Diamine. Fireside Snug. My brain. Diamine. Fireside Snug. And even in one of my last ink videos, I couldn't find Sailor Ink Studio 273. And then people were like, you just missed it. And I know that some of you were yelling at me through the screen, so I'm sorry. So that is a Diamine Fireside Snug, looking a lot more orange in the swatch or in the sample label than it is on my swatch. Interesting. Next we have, oh, the label's on here. Birmingham Pen Co Chicken Coop. So let me put that on here. And this one looks like it is a kind of golden orange, which means this is the wrong color family. I need my orange color family. Here we go. Oh, yes, more of like a golden orange, reminding me of Taranishi Nostalgic Honey. And I really love that color. Like a golden orange. That's lovely. So definitely going in the orange category. I don't know why I started doing the circles. Oh, and when you put that speedball bee nib in the water, Birmingham Pen Co have their signature like highlighter green in these inks to make a bit of a brown. So this is Birmingham Pen Co Chicken Coop. Yeah, so Birmingham Pen Co, depending on the mixture, normally their browns or their oranges have that highlighter green. But so far, I actually like that. Oh, I was going to write Wearingold again. What is the matter with me? Birmingham Pen Co Chicken Coop. And I find that actually writing with the stainless steel Kakimori nib, I enjoy writing with this better than the brass nib. Not sure why. All right, so Birmingham Pen Co Chicken Coop, definitely an orange. Not one that I'd normally go for, but a good fall color. Next, we have another Van Diemen's. This is Tamar Pinot Noir. No shimmer in this. So Pinot Noir, I'm expecting kind of a burgundy color. And already I like the way that that's looking. Oh yeah. Lovely. Again, not a color that I'd normally go for, but it is pretty. I don't have a lot of reds or burgundies in my collection. They're not inks that I normally go for. I'm not sure what it is. That's lovely. Cleaning off my nib. Now putting it on my stainless steel Kakimori. This is Van Diemen's. Oops. Van Diemen's. See, my writing looks like a puddle if it's too broad of a nib. Tamar Pinot Noir. Oh, that's going to shade beautifully. You can already see it shading here. A really nice burgundy color. Love that. Add just another layer to that here. This is Van Diemen's. Be intentional here, Karina. Pay attention. Tamar Pinot Noir. And right here again as well. I know some people find this process a bit too much, but I actually enjoy it. I like cataloging what I have. Right, so Van Diemen's Pinot Noir, a lovely burgundy deep red color. Next we have Diamine from the Blue Inkvent Noel, and this one does not have any shimmer. Oh, look at that deep red already that you can see in the sample. Ooh. And I also just noticed that I drew out 15 squares when I only need 9. What can you do? Yeah. No, well, this definitely screams Christmas. Or blood, although blood is darker. Who here likes red? Actually, now that I'm seeing Pinot Noir dry, that's looking more like a, oh, I don't know, looks more purple to me. But anyway, Diamine Noel. Another Inkvent. And I think I mentioned this last time where I don't, and I haven't, and I don't plan to purchase any of the Inkvent calendars just because I don't like surprises, especially if I spend money on them. Like surprise boxes or subscription boxes where I don't know what I'm getting, or I don't know what my money is paying for, I don't like those. But samples like this from a friend are, yeah, lovely. Different kind of surprise. So that is Diamine Noel, definitely deeper than the Tamar Pinot Noir. Next, we have Eroded Bronze, and I don't have a Rhodia paper or the Tomoe River paper family, color family here, because I've actually tried this ink before and I loved it. I really loved this blue color, and I'm so glad to be able to try this again. So Eroded Bronze is, yes, that gorgeous blue, that kind of gray blue that I like. Lovely. So Birmingham. It's so strange for me saying Birmingham because I'm used to Birmingham, living in the UK. It's Birmingham. Eroded Bronze. Again, I really like this color, and I'm so glad to be able to try this ink again. That's lovely. I really like that grayish blue tone. Also kind of reminds me of denim, Diamine denim, but that one is a little bit darker. Birmingham Pen Co Eroded Bronze. Really pretty. The next ink we have is Graf von Faber-Castell Violet Blue. Ooh. So it's meant to be a blurple. Oh, did I just get some ink on me? So let's take a look. Ooh, that's lovely. It feels like it's quite wet, watery. Yeah. It feels like it's not as thick. It feels a little bit more watered down. But oh, you can see some hints of blue coming out in the Rhodia paper there. Reminds me a little bit of Pilot Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikibu. And I keep saying that with a lot of purples, but I don't actually have this one. So I'm just going to do GVFC Violet Blue. And it feels a little dry even coming off of the nib. No, we'll see, but I definitely want to keep this one and ink that up. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, you can see some hints of pink and blue underneath there. I really like that. So, Graf von Faber-Castell Violet Blue. And this one will be GVFC Violet Blue. Oops. Kind of matches with my nib holder. Love that. So that is Graf von Faber-Castell Violet Blue. This last ink is Tono and Limbs number 11, Boundary Between Like and Dislike. I really like the name of that. How do you come up with these names? So this looks like it's going to be another purple. Oh, and I ended up at, here we go. And then I'll go ahead and swatch that. At first glance, it looks very similar to Graf, the Violet Blue, but it's actually more of a grayish or lavender purple. And I really like that. I have actually so many purples, and this is coming at a great time that I'll be doing my purple ink exploration this month. And the reason that I do these ink explorations is because I want to basically see how many of each color family I have, but it also helps me to take stock or take inventory of what I actually have. So this is Tono and Limbs number 11, Boundary between like and dislike. I'm always going to love that. I feel like that phrase can be used in so many different situations. Oh, but look at how light it's coming off of that nib. It's definitely different from that violet blue. And let's write the name again. I actually really like the name of this ink. I love that you have, if you just read the name and didn't see the swatch, you would have no idea what color this ink is, which I find hilarious. Um, but then, oh, here we go, making sure that I don't get ink on myself. But yeah, this process is actually really lovely to be able to swatch them and catalog them. I really enjoy doing that. Sometimes I do have to do them in batches, depending on how many I get, but it's nice to be able to categorize them and then put them away to either give away or to use myself. So that is Tono and Limbs, boundary between like and dislike. So there are all of the inks for the last section that Roxy has sent me. And I'm so grateful for all of these. Like, just they're so gorgeous. Look at these. And they're not inks that I normally would have gone for, but I'm so glad to be able to try all of these. I think my favorite are probably the bottom three, but that Van Diemen's Tamar Pinot Noir is really getting to me. And just look at how beautiful these purples look. But one of the things I do have to mention though is that there's so many inks out there, and while every one of them is great, we don't need to own every single one of them. And that's why I like doing these ink explorations, because I love to see the differences, but also how similar they look in a fine or an extra fine nib. But that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. And thank you again to Roxy for sending me these inks. Don't forget to hit to that like button and to subscribe. Thanks again, everyone, and have yourselves a great day.